We are rolling.
Dope. Start the music.
I thought we talked a little bit and then hit the music.
Oh. Well, this is awkward.
Is it?
Little. I was not prepared for that.
That was the whole plan. That was the whole concept.
I don't know.
Isn't it supposed to be like a little la 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 da la da da da, and then we hit the music?
Oh. Are we doing that?
No, let's hit the music.
Yeah. Hey boyos, what's up? Welcome to the Jake and Cory podcast. I am Jake. That is Cory.
What's good?
How you doing, Cory?
I am tired.
You tired?
Long day.
I am also tired. Nothing gets an audience going more than two people saying, "I'm really tired." People love that.
You don't think that people that are listening to this right now aren't tired too?
Oh yeah, they're on the freeway. Like, oh jeez, dude. Speaking of freeways,
Yes.
I don't know if I'll be able to explain this very well, but I live right off of this freeway, right?
Yeah, that's very specific.
Yeah, I'm not going to say where it is. I don't want.
It's a freeway, dude.
Yeah, I live off of a freeway, right next to a freeway, and the only way to get to my house is these two exits, right?
That's pretty typical of everybody.
Right. Listen, I'll get to it.
All right.
The only other way to get there is through back streets and stuff. Like it takes forever to get there if you don't take these two exits.
Okay. Both
Both of these exits are closed right now for remodeling. Like they're widening one exit and they're getting rid of these roundabouts on another exit, and it has made my life a living nightmare. And I just feel like, I'm not going to say where I live, but I live in Phoenix, Arizona. I can say that. And the construction here is constant. It is brutal.
I-10 and 59th Avenue.
No. No, you're way off actually. Thank God.
Why is it so brutal?
Dude, it's brutal because my commute to work, my numbers job as we like to call it,
Yes.
takes about 30 minutes on a good day.
Really?
Yeah. And then adding this, it adds another like 20 minutes to my commute because everyone else is trying to get out of there too.
And then add another 10 minutes for stupid people.
Yeah, exactly. So it's just the worst.
You drive 30 minutes to work?
Yeah, every single day.
Really? That's literally almost across the city. Because for people that aren't familiar with Phoenix, Arizona, the metropolitan area and all of its suburbs, you can literally get across the entire metropolitan area in 45 minutes.
Yeah.
You're driving 30 minutes. That's a far drive.
Yeah, well, I live like in the middle of a residential, so I have to take all these back streets to get to my work, which takes forever. So,
but that's average though.
Yeah.
In this city, that's an average driving time. Most people drive in Arizona 25 to 35 minutes.
Yeah.
One way to their job because everybody works in downtown Phoenix.
Yeah. My 30 minutes has turned into
Wow.
I'm very professional. My phone just went off.
This is a very professional show.
How do you feel about living in Phoenix, Cory?
I hate Phoenix because I feel like I'm living in a city that I can't connect with politically.
Why is that?
Okay, so
Please elaborate.
Arizona is known as a red state, even though some people are saying that it's now a purple state.
Yeah.
Or people refer to it as a swing state, especially with the upcoming elections. Mm-hmm. And one thing that I do is I don't get very political because I'm not very versed when it comes to politics.
Yeah, I'm not either, but I see where you're headed.
Right. So,
and I like where you're headed.
I feel like I can't connect to the people or the residents of this city because I can't connect with them politically. As a lot of people know, just this last week, I'm trying to come up with a nice word, but I can't. The White House resident,
the Orange Man,
was here
at
Veterans Memorial Coliseum.
Yeah.
And on one of my jobs, which was multiple, on one of my jobs, in the audience was a Trump flag. Someone was wearing a Trump flag, standing next to another person that was wearing an American flag.
You went to the rally?
No. I'm not saying this was at another event that I was shooting, that I was filming.
Okay.
Because I'm a videographer, and I don't think I've ever established that on the show. So I'm a videographer, so we were shooting.
I thought you went to the rally. I was like, how was that?
Oh God, no. I refused to go anywhere in the city during that time. But
well, 2 years ago there was riots and stuff in the streets.
True. So
smoke and stuff.
I feel like I can't connect with the city that I was born and raised in.
Yeah, same.
And politically, I can't connect with them politically because I'm not a right winger and I'm not a lefty.
I feel the same way.
And I'll own up to it. I'm a registered independent.
I'm falling in love with you right now.
I'm a registered independent. So
well, this is a very independent state though, because if you remember, I think Gary Johnson got the most votes in Arizona, more than anywhere else.
Well, and also back in 2016, Hillary Clinton allegedly got the most votes, or won the popularity vote. But clearly, this isn't a race of popularity. But I find that there is so much division in this state, in the city. You know what I mean? Where you are either, it's not we are Americans and we get to play a role in this thing we call an election. It's now, it feels like now it's like you're either right or you're wrong, or you're either with me or you're wrong. You know, there's no, oh, okay, well, you support this candidate or you support this president and that's cool. You know, it's either you support this president or you can burn in hell and your whole entire family can burn in hell. So it just seems like I don't connect with anybody here because I will go on record to say that I'm not 100% behind our current sitting president. And I feel threatened to even express that with other people that live in the city because they get so effing sensitive.
They get very heated.
They get immediately they almost get offended. So while we were in this event, and I'll leave the event and the location, you know, nameless.
Right.
While we were in this event, I pointed out to the other camera guys that there was a Trump flag in the crowd, and they immediately all went for it. And I'm like,
well, because it gets the ratings, dude.
And I'm like, People
love it.
Let's not shoot that. I'm like, why? And then of course I was like, let's not shoot that. And all the guys were like, oh, I'm going to go for it. And I'm like, let's not shoot that. And they're like, well, why can't we shoot it? If we shoot it, then we'll either get a lot of cheers from the crowd or we'll get a lot of boos from the crowd. And my response to them was, why do we have to shoot that? Why can't we just allow these people to come in here and enjoy this event,
right? And
not have to gauge their political stands,
right?
Because then what you're going to do is that in this day and era, so in the city, it just seems like it swings more Republican than anything else.
It certainly does.
And unfortunately, in my independency, I don't swing very Republican often. So therefore, I find it hard to connect to the people of Phoenix at times.
I feel that. I mean, even a lot of my family is that way. Obviously, because I'm from Phoenix, it's just the way it is. I will say that it seems like a lot of people kind of swing. They seem more open here than, let's say, if you go to the rural South, you know, where it's a bit more one-sided. It seems like, at least in my experience, I've seen a lot of people who will protest those rallies. You'll see just as many protesters as you will see people inside of the actual convention center or wherever the Orange Band is. So I don't know. I do think there are a few people, but I think that's going to go the same way if you're in California, the opposite direction.
I disagree.
You think so?
I disagree because this is the way that it plays out to me, and I could be completely wrong, but this is just my observation. I feel that the staunch Republicans are stuffy, iron shirt, suit wearing people, while the
Suit
Democrats seem to be flip-flops, board shorts, pot smokers,
I don't know, but
where they're just really chill with everything. Because, dude, think about this. Maybe it's just this current political climate, but I don't remember any time in history. I don't remember this much consternation when Barack Obama was in office. I don't remember this much consternation when Reagan was in office. I don't even remember reading this much consternation politically, even when Slicky Rick was in office.
That's true.
You know what I mean? I don't understand.
Don't you
why
think that has a lot to do with the person himself? I don't want to get like too political, but like
I don't either. But it's just so frustrating because it's hard to.
It seems like it's heightened because he heightens it. You know what I mean? He goes on Twitter and he says whatever the fuck he wants.
But then the thing is that when he's hiding it, and but we're still people.
Yeah.
And we can't say that. We can't look at something and say, oh, that's shenanigans. But just because we have a political tie-in with that individual, they're automatically right.
Yeah. And to go back to what you were saying about your camera friends trying to get a shot of the woman with the flag.
The person.
I thought you said woman.
Oh.
But they're trying to get a shot of that, and you knew that there would be some sort of reaction. Either
the crowd would have definitely reacted,
either negative, positive, whatever it may be. We saw that in the 2016 election cycle. Both, let's say, networks.
A good way to put it.
Yeah, both networks, CNN, Fox, whoever, they were showing the same clips because they both got the same amount of reaction, just opposite. And I think it just has a lot to do with the person.
It just seems like it just in this city, I just feel like I stay away from it at 100% because of the fact that I know that this city sways more to the Republican side. So, and I don't. I avoid any type of conversation. And when it comes, I will tell you this, after that was done, I felt bad that I even brought up the Trump flag on the headsets amongst the camera people, because it felt tense after that.
Yeah.
It felt tense after that because a lot of people's colors were shown. And it wasn't the fact that they were showing their colors.
Was it a political event?
No, it wasn't a political event.
So that's why.
My friends and my colleagues that I've worked with for years, their political colors were on display after I made that mention. And then it felt tense afterwards because
that's the other thing is,
out of the crew of 5, I was the only outlier. They all had the same color. I was the only one that was different.
That's the other thing is maybe we're seeing more of it this political cycle because the internet, and we all are posting our views on Twitter, Facebook, whatever it is. And since we posted it on there, we all feel a lot more confident to just say it out in public as well. I remember when I was younger, most people wouldn't even talk about their political leanings. They would say, hey, it's personal. Like, that's just kind of my business. Now,
not the case anymore.
Yeah, now everyone kind of posts whatever they want. They know they're not going to get fired for it because that's discrimination. It's an interesting sort of dynamic that we have now. Obama kind of started to lean into that Twitter thing. But Trump really took it to the next level. And it
just feels uncomfortable in this city. It just absolutely feels uncomfortable to me. That's why I was saying that I don't feel connected to anyone else in the city because I feel differently. Now, if I was to lay out my political feelings at this moment on the table, I would probably lean more to the left.
Yeah.
But if that's known to people in this city,
but I'm curious.
You are out. You get the stink eye now, and I'm
curious
don't understand
though,
that.
like how someone that views the opposite direction, maybe leans a little bit more right, how they would feel if they lived in like in LA or something like that.
That's a very good. That would be a very.
There's
good
no way.
point of
There's no
contrast.
way for either of us to know.
No, but I know that when I go to California, even though
especially San Francisco, it's very left leaning.
when I go
Portland,
I feel so connected with the people there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it is, but here in Phoenix, it seems like this state and this city has gotten more and more stuffy.
I don't know. Like I will say,
It's not fun anymore.
I will say every time I like go to a gas station or something, people tend to like hold the door open. How you doing? A lot of that going on here.
Because they think you're one of them.
You think?
Go in there with a Bleed the Bernie shirt on and see how many doors get held open for you in this city.
I've got
It doesn't happen.
I got hair down to my nipples, dog. Like I don't necessarily look like your typical right-leaning dude.
If I saw you walking up the street and not knowing you, I would say right-leaning.
Really?
Yes.
I feel like I got that hippie look going on.
You are a right-leaning hippie.
I didn't even know that's a thing.
It is.
So, as an independent man, how'd you feel about old Andrew Yang dropping out recently?
I haven't been paying any much attention to anything. I disconnected after the whole impeachment hearing thing. We all knew how that was going to play out.
Yeah.
I thought that was I made a prediction.
It's a clusterfuck.
Literally, I made a prediction, and I'm going to stick with that prediction, that we just gave him, I'll say this
4
right
more
now.
years.
Set yourself for 4 more years, because the leading person right now, the leading candidate,
Yeah.
fill in the Byrne, you just look at him. There is no way he is going to. Trump will chew him up and spit him out.
I was thinking about this the other day. Okay, let me look this up real quick. So Bernie Sanders is
170,000 years old.
Bernie Sanders is 78 years old.
170,000 years old.
If he was elected and did one term, he would be 82 years old at the end of that term. What's the likelihood of him being reelected at 82 years old? And if he did, what's the likelihood of him actually making it to 86 years old?
What's the likelihood of
second
him
term?
What's the likelihood of him remembering that he needs to run again?
We had that issue with the president in the past, and
Biden has shot himself in the foot, and
yeah,
I think
that's over.
I think the impeachment hearing actually signed, sealed, and delivered his fate. I think the impeachment hearing went against Biden. I honestly feel it went the opposite way in his favor.
Well, and
because he has fallen in the polls ever since that whole abortion started.
And even the Democrats don't like him. He's creepy with kids. He's just got that whole thing going on.
But who are we left with?
Elizabeth Warren.
Who are the Democrats left with?
Yeah.
Elizabeth Warren?
Yeah.
I will say this on record, and people can hate me for this. We will never have a woman president.
Maybe not in our lifetime.
Not in our lifetime.
It's
but you know
unfortunate.
what? But I'll counter argue my own self. There were people that said we would never have a black president in our lifetime, but I will tell you this, he wasn't 100% black. However,
so we could get a trans president is what you're saying.
I think that we have a better chance on having a gay president before we have a woman president. Because there are people that are in Washington, D.C. that still to this day don't understand the Me Too movement. They still devalue women in politics.
Do you remember even
and that's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
Even Mitt Romney, he ran in what, 2008, 2012. He ran one of those times.
I mean, you have a president that's in the office right now that is synonymous for grab him by the peas.
But like even Mitt Romney, when he ran at a disadvantage because he was Mormon and not your traditional Christian. And just the fact that that's a thing is pretty wild. Like that we're paying attention to these people's religious views, even though we have a whole saying, separate church and state.
I don't think we're paying attention to it. I think that
maybe not anymore.
The media is just putting it out there for us to see it. But look at the candidates that we have that are on the Democratic side. No one is close to being able to take on Trump. Prepare yourself, folks. Listen to the words. Prepare for 4 more years. And then I would not be surprised if that son of a bitch,
Bloomberg,
Trump, tried to change the Constitution to allow him to serve a 3rd term. I wouldn't put that past him.
If he makes it that long,
I wouldn't put it past him. If he's going to saunter in for another 4 years, this November he will be reelected, and during the next 4 years that we will have with him, he will try to because he believes he's above the law. He will find a way to make the Constitution irrelevant once again, and try to serve a 3rd term. We've had one other president that tried to do that.
It's honestly terrifying.
It's extremely terrifying.
Yeah.
People don't realize that these are acts of dictatorship.
Yeah, it totally is.
And this is why this country was established, to get away from that. And people don't see that. Now, I'm not saying that everything that he's done is bad. I believe there are some good things that he has done that is good. And I don't want to do, I'm sorry that I'm so political, but you asked me why I don't connect with Phoenix, and this is the reason why.
No, I'm totally fine with this. I find this so incredibly interesting.
People just, where did our morals go? You cannot accept, even if he wasn't president, you would never accept that type of act from any person that you're paying for to be. Would you accept your pool man coming to your house, eating all of your food, slapping your children, grabbing your daughter by the pee, and telling you that he can do it, and you still have to pay him to clean your pool?
It's a good analogy.
It's the same exact thing. We wouldn't accept this type of behavior from anybody. You wouldn't even accept this type of behavior from someone serving you a burger through a fucking window. But yet we're sitting back and allowing this to take place in the highest office in this country.
I'll put this on record. I was a big Yang Gang guy.
Who?
Andrew Yang. Dude, he was the only one on the Democratic side, in my opinion, who was saying anything real. If you were to watch the debates, everyone would get asked a question. They'd tiptoe around the question and say, Donald Trump. Tiptoe, tiptoe, Donald Trump. Tiptoe, Bernie Sanders sucks. Tiptoe, tiptoe. This guy actually went up and said, hey, this is my policy. This is what I think. And with these policies, this is how I think we can take down Donald Trump. And people just didn't care about him. So
if the Democrat nominee is going to take the route of trying to slam Donald Trump,
they'll lose.
Here's the thing.
Remember that with Marco Rubio?
You can't beat him at his own game.
Yeah.
You can't play his game and expect to win. He has mastered that game. He's a one-trick pony. He's going to slander you. And he's going to turn his base against you. That's what he's going to do. It's really
unfortunate because I think the person who has the best shot of winning at that game, because she can get dirty sometimes, is Elizabeth Warren. But she can't do it because she's a woman. And this is just the honest truth.
Yeah. True, 100%.
Because she won't be seen as strong and tough. She'll be seen as a bitch. And I'm gonna say, like, the same thing happened to Hillary, dude. That woman was just as tough as Donald Trump. And if she was a man, she would have been seen as just as tough as Donald Trump, Bill Clinton, all of the above. But people just perceived her as a bitch. And it's really messed up, man. And even if you disagree with her politically, disagree with what she did or whatever, you know that if she was a dude, the outcome would have been completely different.
Well, she was also a cyborg.
Yeah.
She had no emotion.
And I'm saying this as someone who is not a Hillary Clinton fan. I consider myself more of a center left sort of person.
Okay.
If she was running again, I think I'd have to vote for her, though.
I
don't know.
I wouldn't.
I don't want to get into that.
Here's the thing. I don't think, I've said this before on other shows that I'm part of, where I think that the people we need to run this country don't want to run this country because they're smarter than that.
Well, I've
They
heard
will never step in. When Trump came into the race, I thought it was a joke at first, and then I sat back and I thought about it again, and I said, you know what? Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need someone that's not political.
Yeah.
And you
a
know
lot of
what?
people said that.
We got a little bit more than what we bid off. Now, did I vote for him? No. Did I vote for Barack Obama? No.
Really?
I did not.
Wow.
I honestly did not, because I didn't think that Obama had a snowball's chance in hell of getting in there. And clearly I was wrong.
You were totally wrong.
100%
That's why
wrong.
you shouldn't vote that way.
But I will tell you this, people, I don't care, honestly. I don't care. This is why I'm a registered independent. I don't care if they're Republican. I don't care if they're Democrat.
Yep. I feel the same way.
All I care about is if they are a leader, and they're going to lead this country out of the debt, out from under the thumb of other countries, and put us back into the place that we are, as we should be, a leading nation. That's what I care about.
I've heard this several times from different people, but they said that we'll never have a president who actually fully cares about the people, because to be able to run for the president of the United States of America, you have to have some level of ego. Your ego has to be at a certain level to run for president. You have to be somewhat self-centered to run a whole campaign that runs off your face, to think that you are the best for this country. So it's like, no matter what we do, we're always going to get people like that. And that's just the way it is.
We've gotten so far away from it being about the people. We've gotten so far away from what our Constitution and what our framers entail for this country.
It makes me...
We've gotten away from it. And I'm not just talking about the last 4 years. I'm talking about, this has been a long time coming.
It makes me wonder if it ever really was.
That's a very... there's a lot of people out there that feel that same way. And I wouldn't be surprised if in the near future there's Chinese trucks or Russian trucks rolling down Central Avenue. I wouldn't be surprised, because we've eaten ourselves from the inside out. We fought amongst ourselves. What is the number one way to take someone out? Division. You divide them up, they become weaker. And other countries know this. And this isn't something this isn't new in history. This is something that has been proven in past histories.
Yeah.
And because we didn't learn from those past histories, I hate to say it, but if you don't learn from your past histories, you're doomed to repeat it. And that's exactly where we are right now. I'm telling you, get ready for the Hunger Games.
Well, and it's not going to get better, because Trump doesn't care about education, and maybe that's all part of it too. I think that's the first step. When we stop focusing on education and applying education, and we got teachers afraid to go in there and teach. Dude, I remember when I was a kid, and I'm an old dude. I remember when I was a kid, teachers used to whoop your ass in the class you got out of line. And when you had a parent, maybe we shouldn't go that far.
No, there were teachers that had rulers that would spank you.
Yeah.
In the classroom if you got out of line.
There are studies that show that that's maybe not the best method.
Okay, well, I will tell you this: look at that generation and look at today's generation.
What you trying to say?
Hasn't gotten
that's my generation.
Yeah,
what you trying to say?
Y'all are fucked up. That's what I'm trying to say.
We're not fucked up. Who's in office right now? Not us.
I didn't put him in there.
Not us, man.
I didn't put him in there.
Neither did we.
Somebody put his dumb ass in there.
Yeah, it's your generation.
But I'm telling you that education is where it falls.
Yeah.
Why do you think kids in China go to school 6 days a week?
Yeah, you think China's a shining example?
They're not a shining example, but they sure are a leading nation. They're a leading. I mean, dude, how can you come out with an epidemic and set the whole world off its axis in 4 days?
Well, speaking of my generation and
education.
Speaking of my generation,
but your generation is prettier.
That's true, and poorly educated. Have you ever heard of the Twitch streamer Ninja?
I have had very little exposure to him, and the only exposure that I have had is that he appeared on The Masked Singer on Fox.
Did he for real?
He did it, and he also had a cameo appearance on Guy's grocery games.
Wow. So Ninja is a famous, well, he used to be on Twitch, and then he striked a deal with Ustream. I think it's Ustream. One of those.
YouTube, isn't it?
Mixer. I think
MIXLR.
Yeah, something like that. He struck a deal with them, and he's on there now. But this dude's a millionaire, you know? Makes millions every month just off of streaming himself playing Fortnite. He's made the news recently for some of the comments that he has said about playing video games. So let me just pull it up here. I am it's quite funny. I'd love to hear your take on this.
Okay. I am not very familiar with Ninja. My son is familiar with Ninja, but I just know he plays video games. He's skinny, he's good looking, and he's white. And his hair changes color every week.
Yeah, he's got that green hair thing going on. So this is what he said in a tweet recently. He said, "The phrase, 'it's just a game,' is such a weak mindset. You are okay with what happened, losing, imperfection of a craft? When you stop getting angry after losing, you've lost twice. There's always something to learn and always room for improvement. Never settle." This man is talking about a video game. How does this make you feel?
He's talking about playing a video game and losing a video game.
And saying
versus, starting a business and losing that business. He's trying to make that parallel.
He's saying if you lose at the game and you get frustrated and someone says to you, "Hey man, chill out, it's just a game." He's saying that's a weak mindset to tell someone it's just a game.
How old is this guy? Do we know?
He's got to be mid-20s.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, mid-20s.
Sounds like something a mid-20er would say.
Yeah, I mean, it's
if you apply what he says in real life outside of a video game,
he's 28 years old.
Oh god,
late 20s.
He should know better. If you apply what he said outside of the realm of a video game, well, it has some base.
Well, I've got a video of him actually maybe elaborating on this a bit. So let's pull that up.
But if he's just saying that in regards to a video game.
Yeah, here, let's take a listen.
Okay.
If anyone ever uses the excuse, "it's just a game," I'm going to lose my mind. I'm going to lose. Like, are you kidding me? You're so stupid. And anyone that ever uses the excuse, "it's just a game," is a horrible human being and is lazy. You're a lazy human being.
It's only a game. Why?
But there was another clip of him saying he compared himself to LeBron James, and he's like, "Does LeBron James say it's just a game?" And then there was actually a clip of LeBron James being asked about losing, and he said, in the grand scheme of things, it's just a game. So even LeBron can say, yeah, it sucks to lose, and it's not good to lose, and you want to get better, and that's the whole idea. But to get overly frustrated about anything is just kind of a bad mindset to have, which makes all of what Ninja's saying quite ironic, in my opinion. To just get frustrated over someone saying it's just a game And also to get frustrated over a game like Fortnite, that game sucks donkey balls. I know you don't play video games, but that game is trash.
I don't play video games, and I'm not close enough to video games to even understand it. So I say it all the time. It's just a game. Look, one of my kids used to get very, very angry and hostile when he lost a game. So
I remember,
I will look at him and just say, dude, it's just a game. Now, LeBron saying it's just a game. Well, it takes a lot of physical skills to do what LeBron James does.
Well, and I don't want to take anything away from professional gamers because like fighting games and stuff like that.
There's a market for everybody.
Well, and it takes hours and hours and hours of practice to get good at those games, and they are very competitive. Yeah. And I won't take it away from those guys.
The industry has gotten huge.
I'm in no way taking it away from those guys. What I'm saying is, most of Ninja's fans are young kids, probably 12 to 18 years old, maybe even younger. And for him to say something like this, I remember when I was a kid, I used to play Sonic the Hedgehog. And I used to get so frustrated that I would throw the controller across the room, right? I was like 4 or 5 years old. Get so frustrated. And, you know, my parents had to set me aside and say, hey, it's just a game. They're right.
Yeah.
To throw a controller, that's what he's encouraging children to do by saying this. And he needs to think about that, because as a huge public figure like himself, he needs to think about that. And he knows who his audience is. His audience isn't professional gamers. His audience are 12-year-olds.
Is he getting any flack from those comments online?
Oh, yeah. Nothing but flack.
People are just going at him after that?
Yeah.
So I have to flip the coin a little bit.
Yeah, you have to. Devil's advocate.
Is he possibly doing it
to get attention?
To stir the pot?
I don't think so, man. It seemed that last video seemed so genuine. But
there's no such thing as bad publicity, though, bro.
I know what you're saying, but it seems very genuine. Where he's coming from.
It could be very genuine, but it's released at a certain time where I would be surprised that he doesn't have some new project in the works that's going to drop within weeks after this came out.
The dude doesn't need new projects.
He's been on TV. He did The Masked Singer. He can't sing worth a damn. He was voted off. Like, I think he was the second or third person voted off.
Yeah.
And he was on Guy's Grocery Games, just literally riding around a Segway during one of the games, and he was gone. So maybe he's trying to get that. What's that other big guy? That other big gamer that just had a sex tape released about him.
What? JonTron?
No. No.
I'd be surprised if you knew who JonTron was.
I have no idea. He is a I can't remember what his name is, but anyway,
PewDiePie?
Not PewDiePie, but here's the thing. When I look, what I know about gamers...
Dude, if PewDiePie released a sex tape, I'm leaving this room right now and I'm going and watching that.
I will watch it too. Same thing with Markiplier.
Dude, yeah.
But here's the thing.
Mark's cute, dude.
I think that Markiplier is amazing. He's so talented. He's way more talented than a lot of the gamers that are out there, because Markiplier has so much more to offer than just video games. I mean, he's an amazing actor. He has an incredible voice.
Yeah.
I want his vocal cords.
And he's funny.
And he's hilarious, and he literally makes faces and screams.
The difference between like a person like Markiplier and a person like Ninja is Markiplier is more known for his personality than the games, where Ninja is more known for his skill in the games.
What's the point in watching Ninja?
If people are really into skill-based stuff.
So people watch him to what? Mimic what he does?
Either that, or it's like sports, you know? Yeah. Why do you watch someone play basketball? You could go play basketball if you want.
I like to watch people play basketball because I can't play basketball.
Right, and a lot of people can't play Fortnite like Ninja plays Fortnite.
How hard is it to play Fortnite? Don't you just floss?
How hard is it to play basketball? Don't you just shoot balls into hoops?
Yeah, you put the little round thing, do a little round thing.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
It's the same thing.
Go home. That's true. I think that these outside of the Markipliers, I think that Ninja's star will rise rapidly, but as quickly as it rises, it will equally fall.
I think we're seeing that.
And
now.
he may be on that downturn because he's, for lack of better words, he's blown his wad and he has nothing more to give.
Yeah.
And so now he may be resulting to taking the just stir the pot up approach. But here's the thing, with all of the recent changes when it comes to like YouTube and youth and online activity of youth, people under the age of 18, with so many websites being sued, with them having to put on so many new parameters, especially with YouTube and a lot of streaming services, a lot of this bullshit's not going to be able to make it to that market.
I mean,
and they're really gating in. They're doing their best to corral under 18 content on all these streaming platforms, including Mixler. All of that, that's federal laws that are being enacted to protect children.
We're not even going to be able to cuss on YouTube soon, I'm sure.
You will be, but you won't be. But
no one will watch it.
No one under the age of 18 will be able to see it.
Yeah. And a lot of people don't even have accounts set up, so
and if you're putting material out there that is 18 and over and you're allowing it to go towards children, you can be brought up on federal charges. That's how threatening it is.
Do you know about Jake Paul?
That's the guy that I was talking about. He was the one that had the sex tape.
He had a sex tape?
Yeah, he had a sex tape.
He's not a gamer though.
Of a guy coming out and giving an old snarling.
A guy?
Yeah.
Is this real or is this fake?
This is real.
No.
I'm going to Google it right now.
Yeah, please Google it. But you know about Jake Paul, and sort of like most of these things are being put into place because of Jake Paul.
I wouldn't be surprised. Jake Paul is the guy that had a sex tape that came out.
And it's a man.
Yeah.
Sucking Jake Paul's penis?
Giving an old snarling.
Is it good?
Yep. Logan Paul admits sex tape is real.
Can we watch it?
I'm not going to pull it up on my phone here.
Just shoot it over here. Let's watch it. I think that's a great idea.
I don't think that's a great idea.
No, was it leaked or did he release it? Did he just straight up release it? Is he making money off of it?
I believe it was leaked.
Because like when Paris Hilton's came out, right? She knew it was going to be leaked. So then instead of it being leaked, she actually released it so she could make cash off of it. I wonder if he's doing the same thing.
I wouldn't be surprised.
If that's the case, I feel no guilt watching it. I really think it's a great idea if we watched it right now.
Now, when I pulled up the Jake Paul sex tape images, it's not showing anything of the homosexual nature. It's all and it's on Pornhub allegedly.
No way.
But you can never trust anything that's on Pornhub.
It's on the hub, celebrity. Dude. I found it on the hub, baby.
But Jake Paul, let me see if I can. I'm trying to.
But a lot of people compare Jake Paul to like back in the 80s, right? They had to make all these laws for children's shows because it was like they only made the Transformers show because they just wanted to sell Transformer toys.
Yeah.
And if you watch a Jake Paul video and let's say it's a 30-minute video, 18 minutes of that 30-minute video is going to be ads for his merch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that, if it was on television, is highly illegal when your target audience is under the age of 8 years old, which he admits to.
Okay, I have to retract. It is not Jake Paul.
Oh.
Logan Paul.
Oh, Logan.
It was Logan Paul that was
Logang, baby.
Getting a snarling from a dude.
I'm so sorry,
apologies
Jake.
to Jake Paul.
Sorry, Jake, your brother.
Because Logan Paul came out the same time the Baby's sex tape video released as well.
The Babies?
The Baby, the rapper.
I don't know who that is.
The big black dude, big black rapper guy.
Am I getting old, Corey? I don't know who this person is.
I didn't know who he was either. But D.A. Baby.
DaBaby.
D.A. Baby. But yeah, it was Logan Paul. And there is I don't have the video. I'm not doing the video, but there is a screen capture I'm showing to Jake.
Oh, wow.
Laying down with some dude pretty much facing him.
Oh, wow. Is that for real?
That is real.
Is that Jake Paul taking the dick in the mouth?
That's Jake Paul taking the old salami to the throat.
Are we sure that's real? I don't want to slander this guy. I mean, he kind of deserves it, though.
I don't know who Logan Paul is.
That's Jake Paul's brother.
Is it really?
Yeah, yeah.
Maybe that's Jake Paul.
Do you remember last year? There was the big thing with the suicide forest.
No.
This guy went to Japan and he was filming a vlog, and it was Logan Paul, and he was filming in this place in Japan called the Suicide Forest, which is known for its obvious high rates of suicide. As he was filming, they came across a dude fucking hanging in the woods. This dude posted the video of himself finding a dead body on YouTube with the body in the video.
I think I remember something about that.
This is that same guy. This is Jake Paul's brother. These guys
they're off the chain. Now
they know what they're doing, though.
Now Logan Paul's pics came out the same time the baby's pics came out, and also Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors dick pics were released.
Oh, let me see.
Allegedly.
You got them? Can I see them?
I will try to access them.
We'll leave links in the description.
No, we won't.
Just kidding. I don't have time for that.
The baby.
I don't know who that is.
He's a rapper.
Wait, was DaBaby the one getting his dick sucked by Logan?
No, DaBaby was just he was exposed for having a very large member.
Oh. Well, good for him.
Yeah, kudos to him. And it's
kind of funny because his name is DaBaby.
Yeah, right. There's nothing baby about him.
Yeah, he's all man.
I've pulled up the pictures before and I can't find them again.
Damn it. That's such a bummer, man. I want to see their penises.
Well, it's never one of those clear. Now, do you know who Stephen Curry is?
I do know who Stephen Curry is.
Right.
I don't keep up with the sports ball very much, but I do know who Stephen Curry is. That'd be like me, like you don't watch wrestling, right?
I do not.
That'd be like me saying, you know who John Cena is, right?
Yes. So Stephen Curry's pictures came out, and they were like from across the room, and it didn't seem very believable because they were just, it seems like somebody had like a cell phone laying on a table, and but you see him, but you don't see all of him. Like they only show, like they either show the penis or they show his face and body. They never show his face, body, and penis together. And from where this camera seemed to be angled,
it's not like that John Legend song.
It seems too leaked. And also the coloring and the shading and the white background seems different.
Yeah, let me see.
So I'm showing you so you can see him in one room and the background is one way. But then when you see the solo penis shot,
it's a nice looking dong.
The background, the wall changes colors.
Yeah, you're right.
And the skin color seems to be different. So if this was all taken at the same time, why does the pixelization and I don't think that these are real.
Is that even him on the left there? Like the full body shot there? Is that even him? I can't.
With him holding the towel up?
Yeah, I can't even tell.
Yeah, that looks like it. That looks like it's him.
It's hard to tell.
But his body seems to be, in other shirtless pics that he's posted on social media, especially with his wife Aisha, he seems to be a little bit more.
This is weird though. Like
it doesn't seem to match up.
Was this like leaked or? I mean, I always question these things like when they're released.
They say it was leaked, but then his people came out and said it wasn't him.
Yeah, I'm questioning it.
I'm questioning the Steph Curry thing, but the DaBaby one,
DaBaby's for real though.
I'm gonna try to find that for you.
Thank you. I'd love to see his massive penis. But I always feel weird because a lot of these always end up coming as like, from people hacking into their phones. And, who am I to say that you shouldn't take nudie pics?
No, I'm all for nudie pics.
I am too.
I'm a voyeur. So people say, there was a time in my life where everybody would just send me nudie pics and it wasn't believe it or not, it wasn't anything that was like sexual. Like I sat there and I got it done to it. You know what I mean? It was just that it was in jest and it was funny, but I love the human body.
Right.
I don't like mine.
Is this going to be like a Louis C.K. situation with you?
No. No.
Are you using your power?
No, I have no power. I have no power. Okay. Yeah. This is one. And of course it's got the watermark over it, but this is one that I've seen before. And this was confirmed to be his.
Wow.
Exactly.
I don't know who this man is, but damn, son, you should be in porn.
Really?
Shoosh.
That's impressive.
That's got to be like a good 12 inches. At least. Right?
It's ridiculous. And when you look at him,
that's like...
he has an underwear pic that definitely is him. You can kind of tell that, okay, there's a high probability that that's what's in there.
It's like a construction worker shows up and he's like, shit, I forgot my yardstick. And DaBaby's like, oh, I got you covered, boss.
Okay, so this
whips out his penis.
So this is the same person. This is DaBaby, but he's in a radio studio and he's just in his underwear. So would you not equate that what you just saw in that excited form?
I thought you said DaBaby was fat.
No.
No, DaBaby is ripped.
He's a little skinny little niglet. Can I say that?
You can say it. I can't.
Yeah. But yeah,
clarify that.
But there are many of confirmed.
Cory said that, not me.
Yeah, that was Cory. But there are many people that have said that. Yeah, that definitely is him, leaked by a girl that he was with. So I don't know.
I love this show, man.
Isn't it great? From politics to dicks.
Yeah.
And all of the above.
It's kind of our range.
Politics are dicks, but I do. I've gone on record to say that I am a
dick connoisseur. Or?
No, I am a voyeur.
Oh, okay. I am just like seeing all sorts of nakedness.
I do. And probably because I don't like to see my own nakedness because I'm a big fat slob. But not a slob. But I do. There were times where my friends would just send pictures to me just because they knew that this would get a laugh, or they knew that. And what would happen is that they would send them overnight. So when I woke up in the morning, it would just be, I'd lift up my phone, it'd just be displayed, and there'd be boobs and dicks all over my phone. You'd be at
work, like, oh, I wonder who this text is from. Oh, it's from my mom.
Well, oh God, come on. So what I would have to do though, that's the reason why when you see me put my phone down, if you ever see me with my cell phone, I always put my cell phone face down because I never know what friend may get a wild hair up their butt and just decide to send me something to get a reaction.
I don't do that because I don't have friends.
I have great friends and funny acquaintances, but I just love the human form, not my own, but I love the human form,
the anatomy.
And I can look at the human body and not sexualize it. I have that knack to be able to say, oh, look, that's a vagina, and not want to dick it down.
That sounds like a really good excuse to get nudies.
No, it's honestly the way that I feel.
All right.
And I believe that because there's a level of respect that comes with it. And I can look at a naked body and say, oh, that is a beautiful thing in its own unique way. And not look at it and say, wow, I wonder what that will look like, sweaty and screaming its head off.
I can't even look at you, man.
Is that weird?
No, it's great. It's beautiful.
It's amazing. Dude, I've been around thousands of naked people.
It's beautiful.
And it doesn't have to be anything sexual. And when it comes to the point of it being sexual, that's a whole nother mindset. But people should be, this is why we're so uptight in this country. If a lot of more people,
we should be more like France.
If people were just more like, hey, dude, you see a woman's tits bopping around and flopping around on the streets of England every other day. No one's trying to throw her on the ground and tit effort.
I mean,
people are just like, oh, that's a woman exposing her breast. They're just breast.
we see that too here.
Why are we so uptight about it? There's a guy that has exposed his penis. Why does that have to be offensive?
Nothing to me is funnier than the male anatomy, though. There's something just really funny and interesting about
it's artistic.
A penis.
I see it as artistic because every one of them is so different.
They're just so fucking weird.
And some of them are ugly.
Most of them,
but it's just I could see and view one, and it has absolutely nothing to do with homosexuality. It's just the penis. In the words of Jim Carrey,
yeah,
it's just skin, Stephen.
I can't believe we've talked about penises.
You're freaked out right now, even though you wanted to see Steph Curry's dong a few minutes ago, but you're freaked out by what I just said?
No, I'm not freaked out. Just lots of dongs. Dude, speaking of dongs, I went to...
it's just skin, Stephen.
I wish we had the drop for that.
You don't want those in this show.
I'm okay with drops.
No, you're not.
I am.
You say that now, but then when I start adding them, that's the reason why that iPad stand is empty, because that's where all the drops are on. It's just skin, Stephen.
Speaking of naked bodies,
cable guy.
Yesterday I went to
Encounters.
I went to WWE SmackDown live
down at Talking Stick Arena.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. It was a wild time, bro.
That's stupid.
Why?
I don't know. It just seems weird.
You don't like wrestling?
I don't know anything about wrestling, so I can't say that I like it or I don't like it. The last wrestling match that I ever saw was Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper.
Damn. They're both dead.
No, they're not.
Hulk Hogan's dead to me, damn it.
You wanted your mic open, stop yelling into it, so bitch, you're going to be sitting over here editing this all night.
Yeah, I want it open, gate me, or compress me a little, huh?
Oh, God.
I'm a diva. Yeah, Hulk Hogan's dead to me because wrestling's real to me. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
Damn it.
It's still real to me. Damn it.
I was sitting.
I'm really good at impressions.
I was sitting in the back, and there was a small
child,
16-year-old, sitting in front of me, just losing her mind to this match. And honestly, nothing's touched my heart and made me laugh more than watching this small child make a complete fool of herself. It was glorious. It was
what was the small child doing that made it so glorious?
So she was cheering for Roman Reigns like a lot, and then she kept saying to the other guy,
"Isn't that a noodle?"
Yeah. Romaine is a lettuce.
Oh, so it's a
romaines.
Romaine. Sorry. Bad pun. I'll be over here.
I don't know. She was just freaking out about the bad guy. Kept calling him a punk ass bitch. And like,
is there anything cuter than a 16-year-old girl calling a grown man?
I never said it was cute.
A punk ass bitch.
I never said it was cute. I said it was glorious. It was beautiful. It touched my heart.
Hope to die.
Yeah. I'm going to get you into wrestling.
I'm not. I haven't even watched Joker.
You haven't?
Or Parasite. We talked about it last episode.
Why not?
Because I just haven't had time, man. I am a very busy man. That's why we tape this show at 1 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah, it's pretty late.
Because I am a very busy man, but I plan on doing it tomorrow. No promises.
You got to promise.
I have a lot on my plate to do.
You promise to the fans.
I spent 3 hours last night on the phone. This is going to sound really hoity-toity. I'm sorry. On the phone with my accountant.
Yeah. About taxes.
Of course. And
I lost my W-2.
You just got one?
Well,
you just got one?
I got one of them, yeah.
I got several 1099s and several deductions and several business expenses. And It's a work. It's a work. And then you sit there and you explain all this to him and you give him everything that he's asked for. And then what does he do? He asks for more. And then when you give him more, what does he do? He sends you a cartoon-sized bill. But he's saving me money.
God bless him.
At least I don't have to write out a cartoon-sized check. We did good this year.
I've got a suggestion.
We did good.
This is a suggestion for you and everyone listening.
But it's stressful.
It's going to save you a lot of money. It's going to save you a lot of time.
And what is that?
Don't file your taxes.
Oh, okay.
Evade them. Mm-hmm. This is a sure-proof way.
With Orange Face at the helm, you want to evade taxes right now? And with the color of my skin, you want me to evade taxes right now?
Nothing is more conservative than evading taxes.
Hell no.
We should dump some tea into Tempe Town Lake.
It'll never happen, dude. It will never.
That was a joke, by the way.
The history of taxes is that it wasn't supposed to be around this long.
What, taxes?
When taxes was originally introduced into this country, it was not supposed to be around this long. Our government was never originally set up to be this big.
Yeah, of course not.
And this powerful.
Of course not.
Because that was how powerful the governments were in England.
Of
which
course.
is the reason why the settlers left.
Yeah. And now we're bigger than them.
Yeah.
Sort of.
Worse situation. Yeah. But nevertheless, yeah, please file your taxes, folks. Don't
listen to me.
Remember, Uncle Sam is your uncle, not your father. He wants something from you, and if you don't give it to him, he'll stick a finger up your butt.
He will fucking break your knees, bro.
He will take your life, especially for those of us that have a little bit more to lose. He has a bigger eye out. And I thank God that I have this really nerdy, dreamy accountant in Seattle, Washington.
Wow.
That takes care of me.
What's his name?
Takes care of my business, Michael.
What's his age?
He's about 32.
What's his social security number?
It is 554. No. But he's been doing my business taxes that are lumped in with my personal taxes for the last 9 years.
That's fascinating.
And he's thank you. I'll be over here.
Thanks for sharing. So tonight was the
I hate you so
fight
much.
The fight between the big man and the other dude.
Yeah. Fascinating.
What's that big guy's name? The Tyson Fury and
the fuck if I know.
Wilkins.
I was thinking you were talking about the homeless people down on Wilshire.
That's definitely happening. Yeah, that's happening tonight, and I came here instead of watching that. I'm not holding it against you or anything.
Sounds like you are.
I'm not.
It sounds like you are.
I'm not pissed about it.
You're implicating that I am the reason that you are not watching that fight.
Yeah.
There are 2 TVs in this studio.
Yeah, we'd have to pay for it, though.
And you ain't paying for shit.
That's right. I was watching it for free.
So you're still in it?
No, I was...
Get it on pay-per-view. It's going to be on DVR. Pull it up on YouTube. They'll bring the highlights out. What? The fight lasted, 12 seconds?
Probably. We'll find out. Tyson Fury actually did some wrestling for the WWE. Do you know about the WWE's connection to Saudi Arabia?
Fascinating.
I think it's pretty fascinating. Don't you remember
I have no clue what you're talking about.
So in Saudi Arabia, we're not best of friends with Saudi Arabia.
No shit.
I don't know if you're aware of this.
I am very aware of this. They got oil. They set it on fire. We wanted it.
Yeah.
Bush era, Reagan era.
But then we also, I think it was last year, sent like a reporter over there, and the dude got beheaded.
Don't go over there.
Yeah. So Vince McMahon, the head of the WWE, takes millions of dollars from a government who killed one of our reporters. How does that make you feel? Nothing at all?
0.
Cool.
Because Vince McMahon is a bloviated carnival barker.
How dare you?
And the WWE has no effect on anything but WWE fans.
Do you know who's in the WWE Hall of Fame?
Have no clue.
Donald Trump, baby. He is in the WWE Hall of Fame.
I'm ready to go home now. You know what, Jake? You know what, Jake? You know what? Fascinating.
So yeah, this has been the Jake and Cory podcast. Thanks for listening.
Let's go home.